Hello, Dave Knight here once again at knightcapitalmanagement.com. You also reach me under at YouTube, and my name is Trade Craze. That's TradeCraze, not crazy, but craze. Anyway, happy Friday once again, and this is going to be the best trade of the week wrap up. And it actually, now you're looking at my blog, and I just wanted to give you an overall general view of the market, and I want to start this by actually looking at the bonds. So we're going to talk about the ES market, or the E-mini S&P on Thursday. That'll be August 7th, 2008. But I want to start this conversation by looking at the bonds and what happened at the bond auction. As you can see, the bonds during this period of time, for the most part, I was able to catch a little profit right in here. But for the most part, it didn't do anything, and all of a sudden it just jumped up, and I was like, what happened there? And then I found out, hey, it's a bond auction. After about 15-20 seconds of watching this thing just roll, and it actually moved fairly quickly. Now look at this. Now it had no movement, and then it moved up, and then it just stayed up there. Now what I was looking at around 2 o'clock or so, at about that period of time, let's take a look at the 2 o'clock area in the ES. Go back up. Oh, if you can see the G6E, actually that was $1,662.50 on 2 contracts. Let's just take a quick look at this trade right here. That was a pretty awesome trade to be in. It's not one of the ones I advised on in my email, but I want to talk about that in a little bit. But look at that. Look at that beautiful move down, and actually takes you out later in the day. So let's go ahead and take a look at the ES. The ES didn't really do much on Thursday on the green line, but on Wednesday. But Thursday, you'll look at here. This is roughly in the same time period that we're looking here around 1 o'clock, and it was moving here, not doing anything, not really moving up. And I was thinking to myself that we really haven't adjusted for the bond move that was, bonds were sitting up here. So I was thinking that it might be tempting to attempt the market on a short basis. And then my first attempt in the market actually came at 1278. Didn't really do much of anything, and I sold off at 1277.5. And then I watched it again, and I actually jumped on it right here at 1276 on this second red bar. And then I was able to ride it out to 1265. I took half the contracts off at 1273, and the remaining of my contracts off at 1265. The move from 1276 to 1273 was worth $150 per contract, and the move from 76 to 65 was worth, let's see here, that was $550 per contract. I had to think there quickly, 11 times 50. Anyway, so that's $550. You add those two up for every 2 contracts, you're looking at $700 per 2 contracts. This was a nice trade. It closed below the low. Volume was considerably, at the time of the second entry, which was right here, was a good increasing rising volume, and I like to see that. Discounting this little bar here, but for the most part you had rising volume, and then you had it roughly, you'll see at 3:30 that the market just shot down. So let's go ahead and take a look at let me just clear this off here, and this is the let me just pause for a second here. Alright, and I wanted to show my trading log that I actually updated on the email updates this week, and you can see just look at the profits. These are on 2 contract trades, $843.75, $50, and $700. Email update trades were worth almost $1,600 this week. I would recommend. Let me just pause this real quickly. Okay, and I'm back, and let me just go ahead and point out one thing on my blog, knightcapitalmanagement.com. For those who would like to see some of my live real-time trades, I will not sell your name, and I do not believe in spamming. So basically, this is just a free service. Just put your name, email, city, state, country. I'd like to know where you're from, and obviously, if you're outside of the United States, I'd love to know that as well. So just see where I'm reaching people. But anyway, this is a free service as of this point in time, and you can at this. If you would have followed my trade updates, I guess you would have made some money this week. So anyway, that's something I just wanted to mention very quickly, and we're going to move on to the actual trade now. So let me pause again. Okay, this is the replay actually of the ES trade, and if you look here, we're looking at 2 o'clock. This is where I actually, and what I was noticing is that we were having a hard time, a difficulty to roll up, and I was since the bonds were up here, I was thinking that we had a good shot of perhaps reaching down here and further on down with the ADR coming into play in a little bit. And my email update talked about 1264 and a quarter, and you'll see that I got out at 1265. Actually rolled it up a little bit. And anyway, so let's just go ahead and replay this. And at 1278, I got in there. I watched, I moved it to 1279, and I saw this go down here on this bar. Didn't like the way it just set down there, and I actually got out. Let me just stop this. Let me blow this up a little bit for you. Whoops, hold on. So, you know, we're doing a whole lot of nothing right here, as you can see. On this second bar, what I didn't like about it is that we came down here to 1276 twice, and it held out. So I actually cleared up, thinking that perhaps I was wrong. Now we're going to find out real quick that it goes up here and then it shoots back down. And let me show you where I entered the second trade. Whoops, that was quick. Let me just back that up, because actually that didn't happen quite that fast. Just give me a second here. I want to put some numbers on the chart here. Okay, I'm back. Let me go ahead and just replay this. Okay, that was a quick movement. This happened fairly quickly. You'll look at what happened. Just give me a second to pause this. Okay, I'm going to slow it down so you can see this a little bit slower. And you can see that was actually a 1 minute move. When you're looking at, now it traded from here all the way down, up, you know, kept going down, but I was able, I made my decision to enter the market on the second red bar. What I liked about it was this close and this close, this being lower than this. And here we go, and here we go. We're going to test the 1276 area, and I was willing to take one more stab at this trade to see if we would go with my feeling that we would move towards the bonds. Which, let me show you what they were doing on that day. They were just staying right there, not doing much of anything. So let's go ahead and roll forward real quickly. Let me speed it up, as I'm running short on time. There we go. And I proceeded to move my stop to 1273 off of this bar. And I kept holding, and then I followed my stop a little bit, and that's actually where I got out of the trade itself. So let me stop it and pause and put some more notes on here for you. Okay, since I'm running short on time, excuse me, 1/2 off at 1273 is $150 per contract. Second half off at 1265, $550 per contract, $50 a point. Total trade was $700 per every 2 contracts. Nice move down on Thursday, August 7th, 2008. Once again, this is Dave Knight, at knightcapitalmanagement.com. I wish you all the best and good trades, everyone.